distractions going on in the media. You know, like the Will Smith smack, you know, the war propaganda that's going on. And I know y'all watch a lot of these type of videos and y'all hear people saying all of this stuff is a distraction. But y'all also questioning like what's really going on. I know a lot of y'all like, man, what so important could be going on in the world to the point where they got to stage a slap? Well, for one, I don't know if y'all noticed, but they really trying to get rid of genders. And how could they do this? By programming the next generation that it's okay to like the same sex and that both genders can get pregnant. Now, I don't got no problem with anybody that indulge in that type of behavior, but why are kids being taught about this? Like when I was in school, sex wasn't brought up on a quiz or test until I was like in the 8th grade in sex ed class. Of course, kids are going to find out about sex way before then, like from peers and social media. But why is it being put into kids' curriculum at kindergarten? They also heavily promoting it through kids shows now. And Disney is one of the main corporations that's going to start doing this. So we know everybody else is going to follow suit. They understand that if they can program the minds of today's kids to think like this, then in the future, this is the type of society we're going to have. Now, the next thing that they distracting us from is the sun. Over the last couple of weeks, the sun's activity has extremely increased, sending out solar flares in both X and M class. And one of them actually caused a shortwave radio blackout. Why does this news about the sun matter so much? Because the sun is showing these elites that it's not playing. Eventually, the grid is going to get knocked out, and not from no cyber attack, but from the sun. And with these solar flares, a lot of plasma energy and radiation is hitting us for us to absorb. They might claim all of this radiation is bad for us and we shouldn't be out in the sun for too long, but that's completely false. And it's only true for a certain group of people, which is why they're trying so hard to stop as much radiation from reaching Earth and to try to keep us in the house to get us put into this digital world, which is why the metaverse was created. Just think about Ready Player One. Soon there's going to be so much radiation reaching Earth that some people just simply won't be able to go outside for more than 10 minutes. Okay, now let's expose this war. One thing you must understand is that all these continents and countries are all playing on the same team. They all have the same leaders, aka the so-called royal families. And the government/politicians that we see are simply puppets. But we all know how we're on the brink of a war because Russia decided to invade Ukraine, right? But I'm finna tell y'all the true reason why in particular Russia decided to start this. If y'all didn't, go watch my vid on permafrost. And in that vid, I told y'all how 65% of Russia has permafrost under it and how it's melting a lot faster than they thought it would. But how does this correlate with the war? Because for one, carbon dioxide and methane is being released into the air from this permafrost and it's causing it to be very hot in places like Russia and near the Arctic. Also, because this permafrost under Russia is starting to thaw out fast, Russia in the next decade will look completely different. As y'all can see here, the ground there is becoming less solid, which means eventually a lot of them Russia's cities and infrastructures and pipelines finna be ruined. Not from a war, but from nature. So this is why the script they got in place right now got Russia starting it off. Hopefully now y'all see what's really taking place in the world.
We are God's ultimate iPhone. We are God's favorite creation. So if Steve Jobs was God, we would be his iPhone. And we are simply programmed. And we go with the program, and some are unprogrammed, and some of the unprogrammed are people who they say are crazy, or people who go off the rails, people who end up homeless. And the program are the people who go with the program.